I don't know when we'll see Masvidal next. Big rumors, Conor McGregor. I like the fight. I think Conor wins that fight.
Well, I think it's the perfect matchup for Connor because he just is going to get someone that's going to stand and bang with him.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about the reasoning that we keep bringing up the Poirier Colby fight. So Colby versus Poirier, we believe, could very well be the first title fight for a brand new super lightweight division. That is now what I guess Eagle FC has been calling it. It's no longer a 165 catchweight. It is now called the super lightweight division. Welterweight division moves from 170 to 175. So what we did is we went through rankings. We did top eights of who we think would be in this division, and then we'll kind of break it down. So Sam, if you want to start us off, who's your number 8?
My number 8, just because he's 1-2 in his last 3 fights, he's not very active anymore, but he is the boogeyman, Conor McGregor.
See, I have Tony Ferguson at this spot. And I mean, we didn't really say like who we definitely think will be there. I'm sure we're going to have guys that I have that I think would go to 165, and you probably have them staying at whatever division they're at. Now, if we did this as a Grand Prix, which is what the plan would be, this is the reason we did top 8. And we've seen how well it worked for Bellator. At number 8, who is Conor McGregor fighting at number 1?
I mean,
I think it's
he
going to be.
says that he weighs in at what, 177?
Yeah.
He only cut 7 pounds to fight at welterweight, and he's the second best welterweight in the world. I have Colby Covington.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Colby. So Colby versus Conor or Colby versus Tony Ferguson, those are 2 fights that would sell so well for the UFC. And I don't think anyone can tell you differently. Now, 2 versus 7, what would be that matchup for you?
For 7, I have RDA.
Okay, I have Nate Diaz. And then at 2, I'm guessing we both have the same guy again, and that is Dustin Poirier, who weighs more than Colby. So him going all the way down to 155, not great for the body. Give him 10 extra pounds. Let him maybe fight at the super lightweight division.
Yeah, I have Poirier right now at number 2. I mean, my number 2, if he would decide to move up, I mean, he cuts a whole lot of weight to get down to lightweight too, is Islam.
But I think we both agree that they want to stay at that lightweight division, and he wants to take that back over. I just don't have him going up.
Yeah, mine's just, I have him at 2 if he goes up. If not, I have Poirier.
And so now you have Poirier versus RDA, which would be a fun fight for the fans. Probably would be a good co-main somewhere. And then I have Poirier versus Nate Diaz, which again could easily headline an event.
Yeah.
So this division so far, we're 2 for 2 on entertaining fights. At number 3 and number 6, who do you have here?
Number 6, I have Fiziev.
Okay, this is where I have Conor.
And then my number 3 is Michael Chandler.
At number 3, I have Belal Muhammad. So this is where we don't have anything, Sam. So my fight is Belal Muhammad versus Conor McGregor. Another fight that could easily headline something. For you, I just think Fiziev is not a big enough name. Chandler is, however, I think there's a lot of people that don't buy a pay-per-view for Chandler. So this could easily be a fight night main event. And that would still be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Fiziev was supposed to be in the co-main versus RDA before he got COVID.
And he was supposed to, and the 2 of them were supposed to headline an event just weeks before. But due to visa issues, he wasn't able to get in the country.
Yeah. So, I mean, I told you before, I think Fiziev would have beaten RDA. So that's why I have him ranked a little bit higher than him. And I think he looks like the type that would be able to put on about 10 pounds and still be good with that body type. So,
yeah.
And yeah, Chandler, he definitely looks like a guy that could, he looks like an absolute beast at 155.
Yeah, I feel like he needs to get this 165 division for himself. At 4 and 5, this is where I have Chandler and have RDA. So Chandler versus RDA, again, this is another fight I wouldn't put as a main event pay-per-view. I might put it on a main card of a pay-per-view, maybe not main event. or this is an easy headliner of a fight night card.
Yeah, for me, I have Bilal Muhammad and Tony Ferguson at 4-5.
That's another one. I mean, these are all entertaining fights.
Yeah,
And
and then
so,
just imagine the matchups you could have after that. You could have even then, you're 1-8 with Tony Colby.
yeah, I mean, there's so many options. And like, obviously, there's going to be the names that the UFC wants to win. People are going to want Conor to win. People probably want Nate Diaz to win. Now, depending on who he would actually end up going against, Poirier Colby is the ultimate fight to make, which makes sense why they'd be 1 and 2, setting up what could be an amazing championship fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's easily a headliner right there. Even if they don't do that tournament, I think that's going to be for the 165 belt when it is announced. I
And
think
that,
they're trying to set it up too much. I think they're setting it up. I think Colby afterwards. I mean, he obviously wants to fight Poirier, but Dana might have been saying, "Hey, we're thinking about this. Try calling him out. Get a little bit more hype in it, and be like, oh, International Fight Week. It's in July. I want to get back in there in July."
and I think it did a good job because I think that was all people wanted to talk about for the next 48 hours. And people seem to have a really good interest in it. There's a lot of people that actually do think Poirier could beat him. I am not one of those people just because of the wrestling alone. Um, but I think it would make for an awesome fight. Maybe not International Fight Week, but there is going to be a second card in July. Imagine if that fight is taking place in Miami,
Yeah,
or if that fight is taking place at Boston or Atlanta, um, Denver. Like there's a ton of options. Chicago, Milwaukee, like these places need a great fight. Colby has fought in Chicago. He would get booed here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love it, but I want this to happen. I want this 165 division because Colby deserves to be a champion. And if he's not, then really Poirier does too.
yeah. I mean, I think it's the next. Obviously, there's rumors about a Poirier Nate Diaz fight going on at 170. So obviously, Poirier is okay with going up in weight classes.
Yeah, and I mean Connor's fought 3 fights at 70. He's 2-1. So Connor, who looks absolutely jacked too, as long as he just stays off the drugs, he could easily do this 165.
Yeah.